Yo, what is good, YouTuber? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be doing episode number 53 of I Build Your Teams, the series where I build my viewer squads into the best teams possible for my team showdown or whatever else you might be playing. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Without further ado, let's get into the episode. First team today comes in from my guy Rand, who's got he says he's got about 5.5 million MT. Once his auctions finish up today or tomorrow, not even pro pass spent. I respect that. No money spent all year. That's impressive. 24 Legend Taco as well is auctionable. This is a good team. I look at this squad and I think point guard probably could be upgraded, the backup PG. Initial thought is, I mean, 5.5 million MT is a lot, especially at this point in the year. And so my thought is you might as well spend some of it. We got a month and a half left in the game, you know what I mean? It's about to be July 1st, like it's June 29th as I record this, you know what I'm saying? So I would maybe consider like a Dark Matter Rick Smits, so you can move to Kembe to your backup 4, put Smits to your backup 5. That'd be a nice little upgrade, not super expensive. Danny Manning, he's fine, you can keep him if you want, you could upgrade if you want. If you want to upgrade at small forward, honestly, I'd probably get like an invincible Kevin McHale or an invincible Sean Kemp or somebody like that. A little less than a million MT maybe. And then point guard, I'd add whoever you want. Really, it's a question of how much MT do you want to spend. If you want to spend 7,000 MT, buy Rudy Fernandez. If you just want like a little upgrade. If you want to spend like 150k MT, buy a badged up Denny Abdia. That'll be great too. Give you the size options. If you want to spend a million MT, go get 100 overall Ben Simmons or one of the cheaper invincible point guards, or go get Luka or LaMelo or whoever you want. You know what I mean? At this point in the year, I would just add who you want at that point guard position. There's a lot of elite guys. Use the one that you think will be fun for you to use, and fits the MT that you want to spend. Because at the end of the day, I think buying a Rick Smits is pretty cheap. Buying even a new small forward could be kind of expensive, but like probably less than a million MT. You could still be over 4.5 million MT with both those positions filled pretty easily. And so then you can kind of do whatever you want with the point guard position. Just, I don't know, up to you. CurrySZN has 2.3 mil. Everyone is unsellable except Dikembe. This is a great team. I don't think I'd sell Dikembe, but I think there's a couple changes I would probably make to the squad. I honestly think your bench is kind of small in terms of LaMelo, Shea, Seti. The problem is they're both unsellable, obviously, so there's not a lot you can really do about it. Besides, I mean, the only option you really have if you want to go bigger is to bench Shea. Honestly, here's what I would do. So that you can still use Shea, I would keep it like this, but I would have like a Galaxy Opal Purvis Ellison, for example, in your last 3, so that if you match up against somebody where your bench is too small, because there will be those matchups, you can put Seti at the 2 and put Purvis at the 3 and have more size. That's what I would recommend. You can pull Shea at that point. The part that I would upgrade is your backup center, because I would move Brook Lopez to power forward, take Nate Thurmond out of the lineup, and add a backup center, probably a Dark Matter Rick Smits. And then you still have 2 million MT. That's the thing. You could buy Purvis and Rick Smits and get a badged Purvis, maybe badged Rick Smits for sure. Still have about 2 million MT, maybe a little bit less, but like 1.8, 1.9. And your team's going to really set up. Plus, you'll have the option at least to play with size off your bench. Next team is from GH, 1.3 million MT, looking for upgrades at any position. I like your 1 through 4 for sure. I like Purvis Ellison. I like T-Mac. Ron Harper's not bad, although Rudy Fernandez is better. I would just sell Ron Harper and buy Rudy Fernandez. Obviously, I think that's a pretty easy upgrade. It's going to cost you literally a little less. Olawokandi, Kareem, and Miles Turner. Honestly, I would pick your favorite of those 3 cards. In my opinion, it's probably Kareem, but Olawakandi's close. And honestly, just pick your favorite of them and put them at your backup power forward position and buy at least, well, you might put him backup center. Maybe you keep Kareem backup center, you put Olawokandi your backup power forward, or Miles Turner, however you prefer there. And then you put Rick Smits at your starting center. Again, this is a Rick Smits team. I just think it has to be. He's so good, and he's the biggest upgrade you can make for this team. 7'4" big with an elite level jumper. I think he is the biggest upgrade you could make to this squad right now. So that is my opinion for that team. Flaco's only got 220k MT, but he's got a nasty team. At least his like 1 through 2s, his shooting guards and point guards are extremely good. AK Penny, Dr. J, and Larry Bird. Shaq and Dikembe are good cards. Ewing and Brook Lopez are all good cards as well. I almost feel like I kind of would want one more bigger big though. Nobody's really sellable on this team is the only real issue that I see, because you can't really upgrade. You know what I'm saying? This looks like a team where you probably spent a bunch on Hoff boxes, but you don't have a lot of MT because you've been spending exclusively on the Hoff boxes. And so to me, it's like, as of right now, you can't upgrade much. I would put Purvis Ellison over KD or Joe Smith over KD, one of the two. I know they are only Galaxy Opal or Dark Matter cards. They're both better than him in terms of the jump shot. I want to add another big, but I don't think you have the ability to right now with the MT you have. So I think you got to save your MT and then go from there. If you're going to keep spending money, because it looks like this is a team where you're probably spending some money. Dr. J, Penny, AK, a lot of cards probably from half boxes and stuff. May not be a ridiculous amount spent, but it does look pretty expensive on sellable invincibles as well. So I would spend some, if you're going to spend it on like super packs or something and sell pieces and exchange those pieces, get that MT. And then you have the flexibility to do some stuff. If you sell that, if you break down all those pieces, then you could buy a Rick Smits and he would be the one guy I would probably get, or a Taco if you want to spend all your MT. But if you're going to keep spending money, I would spend it on making MT probably with this team at this point, I think, because you need some bigs and RNG is not your friend when it comes to that. Melon has 1 mil, needs some bench bigs. I've literally recommended Rick Smits to every team today, and unfortunately I'm going to do it again. This should literally just be called the Rick Smits episode. Rick Smits starting center, Dikembe starting power forward, Greg Oden backup power forward. Who's the backup center? Opal Wemby backup center. There you go. Those are your bigs. Those two guys, Rick Spence and Wemby, will solve your big man issues. I am pretty confident of that. I would want a taller point guard as well. Really, honestly, even if you just run like a Dark Matter Rudy Fernandez or a Galaxy Opal Denny, like I said, just have one of those guys as an option. I think you're in an all right spot at the point guard position. And then the final team today comes in from Migs, got 1.3 mil. By the way, going back to this as well, just run Purvis Ellison. I know Apollo's 100 overall. He's not as good as Purvis. Just run Purvis. You won't regret it. Or Joe Smith. You won't regret it. Migs, same story, by the way, at the small forward position. Literally, take Kyle Korver and launch him. He's sellable too, so sell him, please. Sell LaMelo. Okay, a lot of cards in this team actually need to be sold. Sell Bull. You have some nice sellable cards. That's nice. Your shooting guard should be T-Mac and Richard Jefferson. You don't have a point guard that I personally would love to run at this point. So we're going to buy 2 new point guards. Small forward position should be Joe Smith and Purvis Ellison. Power forward position should be Dikembe and Michael Oluwakonde. And backup center should be Kareem. Starting center should be Rick Smits. Yet again, I know every team recommended him today. Point guard position, I would get... Honestly, this is a team where it's like a lot of things aren't the way they want them to be. So for me, this is the base team I would build. Rudy Fernandez, Tracy McGrady, Joe Smith, Dikembe Mutombo, Rick Smits. Off the bench, Denny Avdia, a badged version, Richard Jefferson, Purvis Ellison, Kareem, and Opal Wemby instead of Oluwakonde. Just get Opal Wemby instead. You're going to spend a decent amount of MT, but you're going to make some MT as well from selling Bobo, LaMelo, and Korver. You'll make at least some MT. Ron Harper as well you could sell. You could sell Kareem actually as well and just get Oluwakonde if you wanted to. That Kareem's not sellable, so you could sell him too. Something like that. That's going to be the way to go for this last team, I think, to actually just reset your team is build a better budget squad. And yeah, you use some of these cards, but most of these guys I don't think at this point are worth using over some of the more value options you have. And that'll get your spot team looking, I think, in a better spot for sure. So that is just my opinion. I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.